Stop believing the lie that you have to choose between being shredded or being muscular, because the holy grail of fitness is not only possible, it is backed by cold, hard science. Most people will tell you that you must go through grueling bulk phases where you feel bloated and cut phases where you feel weak and depleted, but they are wrong. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on body recomposition, the biological process of building muscle and losing fat at the exact same time. If you've ever felt stuck in that frustrating skinny fat middle ground, or if you're terrified of gaining fat just to put on a little size, this is the most important video you will ever watch. We are going to break down the precise physiological mechanisms that allow your body to use its own stored fat as fuel to construct new muscle tissue. Stick around until the very end, because I'm going to reveal the specific protein-to-calorie ratio that acts as the master switch for this entire process. The common myth is that you need a massive calorie surplus to build muscle and a massive calorie deficit to lose fat, making it impossible to do both simultaneously. While it's true that these two processes are metabolically different, your body is an incredibly adaptive machine that doesn't work in a vacuum. To build muscle, your body requires three things: a stimulus, a source of protein, and energy. Notice that I didn't say that energy must come from the food you eat that day. Your body carries around thousands of calories of stored energy in the form of adipose tissue, otherwise known as body fat. Body recomposition is essentially the art of convincing your body to pull energy from those fat stores to fuel the energy-expensive process of muscle protein synthesis. This isn't magic, and it isn't bro science. It is a survival mechanism that occurs when the conditions are perfectly tuned. For beginners, this process is almost effortless because their body is so unaccustomed to the stimulus of lifting weights that the newbie gain effect overrides almost everything else. But even for intermediate and advanced lifters, research has shown that as long as the stimulus is high enough and the nutritional environment is controlled, recomposition remains a reality. The first pillar of this dramatic transformation is your training intensity, and this is where most people fail before they even start. If you are in a slight calorie deficit or even at maintenance, your body has no reason to keep or build muscle unless it is forced to do so. You cannot just go through the motions or do light cardio if you want to recomp. You must train with a level of intensity that signals a survival need for more strength. This means prioritizing heavy, compound movements like squats, deadlifts, presses, and rows that recruit the maximum amount of muscle fibers. You must aim for progressive overload every single week, adding 1 more rep, 5 more pounds, or improving your form to prove to your body that its current muscle mass is insufficient. Without this aggressive stimulus, your body will see its muscle tissue as expensive to maintain and will happily burn it off along with your fat. The goal is to give your body a reason to prioritize muscle preservation at all costs. The second pillar, and perhaps the most misunderstood, is the role of protein. When you are trying to lose fat and build muscle simultaneously, protein is no longer just a supplement. It is your primary tool for survival. In a traditional bulk, you can get away with lower protein because the high calories are muscle-sparing. However, in a recomposition phase, you need to elevate your protein intake significantly higher than the standard recommendations. The science suggests that aiming for roughly 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight is the sweet spot for body recomposition. This high protein intake does two critical things. It provides the amino acid building blocks for new muscle, and it has a high thermic effect of food, meaning your body burns more calories just trying to digest it. Furthermore, protein is the most satiating macronutrient, which prevents the hunger pangs that usually destroy a fat loss phase. By keeping protein high, you are essentially tricking your metabolism into staying elevated even while your total calories remain controlled. Now let's talk about the calorie tightrope. To achieve body recomposition, you cannot be in a 1,000 calorie deficit, nor can you be in a massive surplus. The ideal zone is found at maintenance calories, or a very slight small deficit of about 200 to 300 calories. This is the narrow window where your body is slightly short on energy from food, so it turns to your body fat to make up the difference, yet it still has enough resources to recover from your workouts. This is a slow process, much slower than a traditional cut or bulk, and this is where the dramatic arc of your journey hits a wall of frustration. Most people quit because they don't see the scale moving for weeks at a time. But here is the secret. In body recomposition, the scale is a liar. Because muscle is much denser than fat, you might stay the exact same weight while your waist shrinks and your shoulders widen. You are literally replacing fluff with steel. And if you only look at the scale, you will think you are failing when you are actually succeeding beyond your wildest dreams. You must take photos, track your strength in the gym, and use a measuring tape, because those are the only metrics that matter in this game. The final piece of the puzzle is recovery and sleep, which is when the actual recomposition happens. You don't build muscle in the gym, you break it down there. The building happens while you are in deep REM sleep as your growth hormone peaks and your body repairs the damage using the protein you ate during the day. If you are underslept, your cortisol levels rise, which signals your body to hold onto fat and break down muscle for energy, the exact opposite of our goal. You can have the perfect workout and the perfect diet, but if you are only sleeping 5 hours a night, you are essentially pouring water into a leaky bucket. Consistency in your sleep schedule is the hidden multiplier that makes the difference between a mediocre physique and an elite one. Before we get to that final Protein-to-Calorie Master Switch I promised, I want to take a second to ask for your support. If this video is giving you clarity and helping you cut through the noise of the fitness industry, please hit that subscribe button. This is genuinely the thing that helps this channel the most. I'm not here to sell you a $500 body recomp course or a proprietary fat-burning supplement that doesn't work. My goal is simply to give you the truth for free, and your subscription is what allows me to keep doing that. By joining the Fitness Insider, you're joining a community that values science over hype. So, what is the master switch to ensure you are actually in a recomposition state? It is the P ratio, or the proportion of your calories coming from protein. To ensure your body uses fat for fuel while building muscle, aim for 35% to 45% of your total daily calories to come from protein sources. This high ratio ensures that even if you are in a slight deficit, your body perceives an abundance of building materials, encouraging it to shed the dead weight of fat. Pair this with intense lifting and patience, and you will achieve what most people think is impossible. It won't happen overnight, but 6 months from now, you will look in the mirror and realize you've built a completely new body without ever having to bulk or cut again.